So let's talk about securing that appointment.
Let's
What
do
I
it.
find is that habits are stronger than knowledge. You can sit somebody down, they'll pass the test if you give them the test. Then you turn around and put them in play, and their habit is to be more of a pleaser, if you will. And I ended up building habits that hurt me and not vet.
Welcome to the show, Dan.
Well, thank you very much, Haley. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Me too. I'm excited.
So when I come in the door, I've pre-filled my documents. I know what I want to do. I might have left the dollar amount out. I have my pricing strategy, and I'm a fan of educating people, not having CMAs. I like to bring data and educate and let them choose comps, not me push comps on people. It's an interactive way of pricing. So I've got my comps, I've got my material, and I have my visuals for my value proposition, the uniquenesses and differences for my. So I break it into just some simple steps. Step one for me is to show up on time, not early, not late, on time. Because if I'm early, I upset people who are organized. If I'm late, I upset driver personalities who want me to be businessy. If I'm on time, everyone's happy. So I'm going to be on time. That's number one. Number two, I'm the doctor again. So at the front door, if I let you say to me, Dan, would you like to look at the house? I just stopped being the doctor. I became the patient.
Yeah.
It's your domain. You walk me through your house. And because you don't know what a listing appointment looks like, you'll start to interview me as we walk the house. So now I have the patient interviewing the doctor instead of the doctor discovering from the patient. So at the front door, step two, after I'm there on time, is to take control, decline to look at the home for now, and get to the kitchen table. Now at the kitchen table or dining room table, I can do any of my state disclosures that are required at first, substantive contact. I can inform you. And then I can simply ask you this. Hey, Haley, would it be okay if I explained to you how I work? So what would you say to that if I said?
Of course.
And I'm going to open up a tablet or something that has an agenda for you. And the agenda is going to be simple. These are going to be the parts of the agenda. The first one's going to say discovery. I'm going to ask you some questions to discover your needs when it comes to real estate. The second one's going to say share my value proposition. After we do the questions, I'm going to share with you the marketing strategy we have and the value proposition we can bring to get your home sold and closed. Number three, preview your home. Now we're going to get up and look at your home, and I need you to point out the important features and benefits. When we come back, we'll be in the position now for number four, which is pricing strategies. How do we price and position your home for top dollar? When we're done with that, it's time to make a decision. If we like each other, say yes, we'll work together. But if you don't like me or have any concerns, tell me no and I'll leave. So for your organized brain, having that agenda, I know exactly what I'm going to do. There's no winging it here.
Right.
But from the seller's perspective, I'm coming in and they're the hero. They feel that I'm catering to them, that I'm discovering first. The first thing I'm doing is learning about you. I'm not telling you about me. So whenever I do start to share what I can do, I'm just hitting on the things you want, not feature dumping things you don't care about. So if I gave you that type of a setup at a listing appointment, would your organized brain feel a little better?
Oh, yeah. I'm loving it.
The biggest mistake we make is letting them be the doctor.
Yeah.
And being interviewed versus presenting. And what goes wrong there? The seller will have in their mind 4 or 5 things they should think about. How long have you been in business? Have you sold anything in my neighborhood? What do you charge? How much is my house? So while they're in charge, they ask those questions. Nowhere in there did you get to differentiate your marketing plan, your ability to negotiate in their best interest, getting them top dollar through more exposure. All these things have not been discussed. So they end up making decisions on who will give them the highest price, lowest fee, and they like them. So that's the first mistake, is losing that control. The second big mistake is feature dumping if you do have a presentation. That's where you ask the questions, but then for the next 10, 12 minutes, all you did was talk at them. You have to make, for a value proposition to work, it has to be a conversation. So I might have to say things like this. Haley, another product that we have to get you top dollar is the way that we protect a home. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked in a house yourself and had a little concern about whether or not things were taken care of? Has that ever been a concern when you go in a house? Did they really take care of the air conditioning, the heater?
Yeah.
And see, those are hidden things that you don't know. And what that does is it creates doubt in the mind of the seller. I mean, of the buyer. So while your house is on the market, do you want those buyers to have any of those doubts?
No.
So what I'd like to do is share with you a product that most agents have, but they don't know how to use it properly. If I leverage the home warranty properly, we can remove that doubt. Now, if they don't have doubt that there's something wrong with your house, do you think they'll give you a higher offer or a lower offer?
I mean, lower.
No, if there's no doubt in their mind, would they give you a higher
higher.
offer or lower?
Yes.
Okay, so would you like a higher offer while you're on the market?
Of course, higher.
May I represent you in the sale of your house?
Oh. I mean, yes.
So that's the value proposition. It has to be a conversation, but not a feature dump. A feature dump sounds like this. Well, we have this program. It's our warranty program. And I know a lot of people don't like warranties, but if you'll hear me out, people that have warranties sell 2.2% more money in 30 days faster because people don't worry about that. That's called feature dumping. That's the second mistake we make. We go into a litany of features and it's not a conversation and you stop listening. The last mistake, they'll give you the third one, is if you don't have closing technique, if you don't know how to ask for the business.
Right.
And I always share with people, since there's 4 basic personality types, if we take them one at a time, an analytical has questions and doubts, so they don't ever ask for the business. They ask for more challenges. An amiable personality, which is a more quiet thinker, what-ifer, they're going to ask questions and then want to think. A social personality, an expressive personality gets off track down a rabbit hole and you get way off and they never get anywhere. But that driver personality wants to get to work. So I always ask people, will the analytical, will the amiable or the social close you for your business? And when agents stop and think, they go, no. So if you let them think and walk out, someone like me will walk in behind you and take that listing.
Yeah.
Then I say, what about the driver? And they go, well, yeah, the driver will get to the point and say, let's get started. I said, no. Will the driver respect that you didn't get to the point? And then they go, oh, no. So then the driver doesn't trust you. So then they excuse you. So if you don't know how to ask for the business,
wow,
you're going to be in trouble. So I always share with agents, your final close for someone's business needs to be canned. Your presentation, your questions, your interaction has to happen as it's happening. You want to have kind of some pre-talk ready. And I always would say this, Haley, I am confident we will get your home sold. And then I had 3 closes. I'd use one of the 3 based on your personality. If you were social, I'd go, I'm confident we'll get this home sold. Let's get started and then wait for your response. If you were an amiable, got to be a little softer with you. I go, you know what? I'm really confident we'll get this home sold. May I go to work for you? And then shut up. And if I had a driver, I would just go straight at them. May I have your business? So
wow.
but they were the only 3 I ever used. So I always started with, I'm confident we'll get this home sold. And I said one of those 3. Everything before that happened because you're the hero. I had to adapt. But as soon as I had you where I want you, when I got down to that 5th thing, mutual decision in my agenda, I went right to that close and it works. If I did everything else right, you're ready and I'm asking for your business.